Hello, I'm Dennis Brave, and I'm here today with Andrew Rose at the Morita booth at the Chicago Midwinter Meeting of 2016. Andrew, this has been a very, very interesting exhibit. All the exhibits are wonderful. I had a chance to take a look at yours a little while ago, but I want to share with the audience some of the things that I've seen. Can you tell me a little bit about this machine that's behind us, because I know there's a lot of exciting things going on, particularly with CBCT.
Definitely. Morita, we're actually celebrating our 100th year in existence this year. We started in 1916 as a privately owned company. Over those years, we've done a lot of research and development in the cone beam technology, and we've really done everything we can to make it so we're producing machines that are very good for patients, very good for clinicians, as well as for the staff, making it so machines are very user-friendly. One of our most recent models is this unit behind me. This is called the VeriView Epox R100. We have two models that we do a lot of work with in the United States. One's called the F40 and the other's called the R100. What's nice about these machines is they're hybrid machines. They do take a traditional 2D pan as well as do cone beam. And the difference between the two models, the F40 has just two fields of view, which is a very big buzz term in cone beam. It's the area that's being taken in 3D. The F40 has two fields of view, where it does a 4x4 centimeter field of view as well as a 4x8 centimeter field of view. The exciting part for us and in our relationship with the endodontic community in the United States is that 4x4 field of view is very, very good for an endodontic practice and for people to use for endodontic purposes, because it takes a nice small area and high resolution. The alternative with the R100, it has 6 fields of view. So with it still does the 4x4 and the 4x8, so you can still use it for those endodontic cases, but also does an 8x8, an 8x5, a 10x8, a 10x5. So then we really get into the ability to do large implant cases and export that data in Diacom format and use it for implants and surgery.
Is there a significant difference in cost between these two units?
Actually, in suggested retail, there's only a $10,000 price difference between the two.
For instance, so show me how one would go about using this.
If you were the staff, what you would do, you would stand in this area, and the patient would step into the machine here. And it's very easy to use. What's nice is it's very much like a traditional pan. So what we can do is that the patient would step into the machine, like so, and then there's 3 laser beams. So all the staff has to focus on is the Midsagittal Beam, which they're very comfortable with. That's something as they've been taking pans. Yes. So they just line up the Midsagittal beam, and then we have the Frankfurt plane. This plane here, as this beam moves up, this horizontal beam, they would line up on the tragus of the ear to the infraorbital notch. What's nice about this beam is that makes it so in the panoramic x-ray, they can make sure that the patient's spine isn't compressed and you don't get that nasty white stripe that you get in the middle of pans sometimes. And then we also have the image layer beam, which is this vertical beam. That beam, they line up on the distal portion of the canine. That's going to control the focal trough and make it so we get that pan nice and crisp. One of the unique features, though, is that you notice I didn't say anything about KV or MA. This machine has a feature called digital direct auto exposure. That makes it so the staff does not have to set KV or MA. The machine does it all itself.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is so clear. I'm looking right at you. It couldn't be easier to visualize.
Exactly.
Yeah, really
so that's one of
nice.
those key components. We want it to be easy to use.
Very nice. Very nice. I do have a question for you. I know that there's the physical machine, and that couldn't have been easier to do. Obviously, I could have done it. I have no training. But from the software perspective, does it take much time? How does one learn the software component?
We've actually worked a lot with an oral maxillofacial radiologist as we've built our software. We also build all of our software in-house. That's not something that we have other people doing for us. Morita, we in our research and development team in Kyoto, we write the software as well. And the software is very intuitive. We've worked a lot with an oral maxillofacial radiologist to make it so people can really hone in, get to where they need to be in treatment planning very quickly.
So what would be the learning curve for the average clinician?
Really, I would say we send a technician to each install site. Okay. So we have a technician that comes in and does 2 days of training with the doctor, and they're up and running by the end of those 2 days. Yes, no question about it.
Well, I know that we'd like to have a little bit more information going forward on the software. And would you come to Boston and maybe spend a little time with us so that we could actually delve into it and create some material for
we can do that. I think that would be great.
That'd be great. All right. Well, this is great. Well, this is Andrew Rose, and I'm Dennis Brave for Real World Endo, and we hope to see you again in the very near future.